Nope. Pause another second because I feel like there should be some questions on this one. You guys are making this way easy on me. All right.
Nope, we're good.
Okay, great. Thanks, guys. On the next form, the contingent right to purchase addendum. This also was a complete revision, and there was some committee members that spent many hours on this form. And our thought was every year, at least in my office, and I heard it from other principal brokers in the room and brokers, that every year there was a change on this form, and every year we go, I don't get it. It doesn't make sense, or we don't use this form a lot. I mean, it's common, but it's not every transaction you're using this form, right? And so if you're using them few and far between, they're a little bit harder to understand, and you got to reread it and really understand it. So we're really, really trying to simplify this form. So we took it from 2 pages to 1 page. But I want to stress a lot on this one as well, that it is still in the works. In fact, yesterday afternoon, we were communicating about it. Us proofers in the room from the committee, we were looking at it, and based on feedback from classes we've already taught, there has been some suggestions on this form or misunderstandings and needing clarification. And so we are taking all of that stuff into consideration. And so I would suspect you will see some updates to this form early on, like maybe mid-year, maybe even sooner. I'm not sure how that works, but I want you to really pay attention to this form and what we've done and what we're going to do in the future. But I can't really say too much right now. I can only show you what is current. Let's start with just looking at the form. You can see lines 1 through 14. So you're looking at half of the form right now on your screen. Line 15 actually got cut off and it just says other. There's a box there that says other. So between this slide and the next slide, you'll see it starts with 16. So if you ask, 15 is, if you're wondering, 15 just says other. But here is where we have, and I want to point out line 6. Before I even go into any changes, I want to talk about line 6. Because line 6 has always been there, and well, not always, but it's been there for a while. And I want to bring up a situation that I had recently with a buyer's broker that wrote an offer using the contingent right to purchase, and it had a really small contingency window. It was just like I was getting the offer on Saturday, I believe, and the contingency was to expire on Wednesday of that week. So I responded and I said, why such a short contingency? And he said, well, we have an offer on the table on the buyer's property that they need to sell. And it's a cash offer. And I suspect we will definitely be under contract by Wednesday and could easily remove this. We had other offers on the table. It was a multiple offer situation with my sellers. And but this one, they liked the most. And so they accepted this offer with that information that was given to me. So we move forward, and at Wednesday, late in the afternoon, I was messaging with the broker, trying to message with him. Early in the day, we were communicating really well. And I said, will you be removing this contingency by 5 o'clock this evening? And then silence. I didn't hear from him for several hours. And then literally at a little bit before 5, he called me and said, yeah, well, they did accept an offer. The thing is that they did not accept the cash offer that they had on the table. They actually accepted an offer that was different, and it was contingent upon them selling their house. And I was like, oh. And then he goes on to tell me, which I'm grateful he did, that in addition to that, the buyers that are buying the house that they're selling also have a contingency on it. So we have, so we have at this moment, a little bit before 5, him saying he's going to send me the notice to the seller of acceptable offer to my sellers, right? And he's telling me that there's not just one contingent offer, there's 2. And I kind of felt backed in the corner. My clients felt backed in the corner, and short notice. So he delivers the notice to buyer, and it just says, they've got an acceptable offer. It's still contingent on the closing, but all the other contingencies are removed, right? And I forwarded that to my seller, and we were like, this doesn't feel good. And I remembered the contingent right to purchase addendum said that the buyers cannot accept a contingent offer without the written permission of the sellers. So we pondered that. We had a backup offer position. We pondered that. And then in addition to it, they were late on their earnest money. So remember earlier I told you guys about the earnest money and not being on time. And so it was deposited the next day after the 5 o'clock deadline a day before. And so by that next morning, we were like, you know what? This is not smelling very good. We are not comfortable. So we did an addendum and just said this offer is terminated. We're putting on notice. I said, what'd you hear? I said, can you, you're like hanging on the edge. What happened? Can you hear me now?
No.
No, you can't hear me? How about now?
No. You're breaking up a lot and we're dying in suspense over here.
All right, well, I'm going to pause a second.
There, now we can.
Okay, so I'm not sure what you heard, but I said the earnest money was late too. So I discussed with my sellers and they were not feeling good about it, everything. So we did an addendum.
We lost you again.
Oh my gosh, I don't know what to do.
Might have to just wait a second.
Let it buffer or something.
Yeah, our internet is fine.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Are you close to your laptop?
Oh my God,
It's
I'm like,
hovering
you
over.
guys would not believe how close my face is to this microphone.
Okay.
A picture of me, Brad. All right, so I'm gonna try again. You're hearing me?
Nope, we can't hear you at all.